Okay, wonderful. So thank you everyone. Really appreciate you being able to join me online this afternoon. So yeah, for those that missed my little introduction at the start, so my name is Chriselle. I'm the graduate talent acquisition specialist here at Chapman Tripp. So I thought it'd be a great chance to tell you all a little bit about us and the opportunities that we have available within our business. So I'll give you a brief overview as to what I'll be going through in today's session. So as I mentioned, getting to know Chapman Tripp. We'll also be talking about commercial law. So as you probably know, there's so many different, areas in law, and you might have not thought about commercial law. So we'll give you a brief overview about that and tell you a little bit more about the areas of interest and specialties that we have here. We'll talk about our 2023 opportunities. We've just wrapped up our winter clerk and summer clerk recruitment, but yeah, definitely we'll be, gearing to do another round of recruitment in early next year. So it's a good time to, get as much information about our opportunities to, better prepare yourself. So those opportunities are our winter clerkship, summer clerkship, and our law clerkships. We'll also go through what we are looking for, and and hopefully I'll be able to allow some time towards the end to ask anyone any questions as well. Alrighty, so to tell you a little bit more about Chapman Tripp, so as I've mentioned before, so we are a leading commercial law firm. So we are a large law firm, so we've got offices in Auckland, Christchurch and Wellington. So we've got over 400 workers across the country. So that's a breakdown of over 40 partners, over 200 lawyers, and the rest are our legal support staff. And you may have seen in our advertisement, if you've been doing a bit of research about Chapman Tripp already, is our Grow Your Own Way campaign. So we're really proud of this, and that our campaign has won awards in the past as well. And we're really proud of it because it really just summarizes what we're all about here at Chapman Tripp. So just talking about, all the different people that work here, how diverse it is, people from different cultures, backgrounds, and that type of thing. So one of the partners that works in one of our offices likes to say that, we're a bunch of misfits. We're all so different, but, we all collaborate really, really well. And we use that as one of our strengths. So I'll tell you a little bit about commercial law for those that might not know much about it. So commercial law is the law that governs business activities. So as you probably know, so businesses use commercial law to create wealth, identify and mitigate risks. So here at Chapman Tripp, we have many areas of specialty, from litigation, property construction, finance, tax, corporate, resource management. There's more to add to that as well. So our different practice areas vary depending on the office. So if you think about Wellington, where I'm dialing in from at the moment, so there's a lot there that's very government based. In Christchurch, it's quite mixed as well, and same as Auckland. So lots of different areas to explore here at Chapman Tripp. So to tell you a little bit more about our opportunities, so we've got our winter clerkship and summer clerkship. So we tend to advertise those roles at the same time. So I've mentioned that we've finished recruitment for those roles this year, but we'll be looking to open up applications again from March next year, which I'll talk through at the moment. So our winter clerkship, so that is a 5-day experience. So that's typically open to law students who are in their second or third year of their studies. So second, if you're doing a 4-year course, and then 3 years if you're doing 5. And yeah, it's a really good opportunity to, I guess, get a taste for what it's like working in a large commercial law firm. So as I've mentioned in the panel session, if you're able to attend that, what you learn at university is, yeah, quite different to, working in the real world and, being able to apply your skills in a practical way. So this is a good chance to, yeah, get a feel for, what it's like to work in a professional legal environment. We, give you actual real work to work on. So, that the partners might get you to help out, say, with, writing up a submission, for example, helping out, listening into any client meetings, calls, lots of shadowing that goes on as well, and lots of training, as I've mentioned. So yeah, you'll be able to really immerse yourself in those 5 days. It is quite short, but as I mentioned, it's a really good opportunity for you to, yeah, just get a real taste for what it's like to work in a large commercial law firm. And yeah, so if successful and depending on the numbers that we have, it may lead into a summer clerkship as well, which I'll talk through next. So for our summer clerkships, yeah, they're open to students in their 3rd or 4th year. So 3rd year if you're doing a 4-year course, or yeah, 4th year if you're doing 5 years. So I guess just an easy way to remember is, typically it's open to those who are in their penultimate year of their studies. And so the summer clerkship is a little bit longer. So yeah, it's a 12 to 13 week experience. It typically goes from say mid-November, and then goes through until January. So you do your 2 rotations. So you do your first rotation before the Christmas holidays, and Chapman Tripp typically shuts down for 3 weeks during the holidays, and you get paid for that as well, which is great. So you get your holiday and then you come back and you do another rotation. And when it comes to the rotations, so when we go through the interview experience with you, that's where it's a good opportunity for us to find out a little bit more about your interests, what papers that you enjoy, papers that you're good at, any special, areas in law that interest you. And yeah, we use that as a way to determine what rotations to slot you into. We'll get your preferences as well. So yeah, so it's a really good opportunity to try new things. And for those that are successful in joining Chapman Tripp for our summer clerkships, a good thing to do is to maybe consider rotations in 2 contrasting areas. So for example, yeah, one that's more transactional and one that's not so transactional, because at the end of the day, you're there to learn as much as possible and experience different areas. So that's quite a good way to, yeah, think about your rotations. And if successful at the end of the clerkship, it can also lead to a law clerkship as well, which I'll talk through next. So the law clerkship is for those that have finished their studies. So it typically involves a 1-day orientation at the very start of the year, so usually after the Christmas and summer break. And then once you do your 1-day orientation, then yeah, we send you to do your profs, and you get paid a full salary as well while you're doing your profs, which is pretty cool. So you don't have to worry about being in studying and working at the same time. So you can really fully concentrate on doing that. And then once you finish your profs, then we get you all the law clerks to join together and go through an induction program that typically goes for about 2 weeks. So yeah, it's really fun, and it's quite involved. So there is lots to learn. I've mentioned you get to learn about the technology that we have here, from as simple as turning on your laptop to using the different systems that we have here, learning about the different areas of specialty that we have here as well, the different support networks that you have. And yeah, even just simple things like, how to use our library system and that type of thing. And yeah, so depending on, the situation, we've had to do a mix of online learning to in-person learning. Yeah, but we make it as enjoyable as possible for everyone there. And teams. So that's something that we really love about the law clerkships, because when you join, typically you're joining a cohort, so you're not the only one joining as a law clerk at the start of the year, and that's when you get to build lifelong friendships. A lot of the law clerks that we have starting with us, they'll be doing their profs together, or they might have summer clerked or winter clerked together, will be have studied together. So that, collaboration and cohesion and that teamwork is really important to us. And we set you up to have that really good support from the very start. So setting you up with, a mentor group, setting up with a buddy as well, and a coach, as I've mentioned. And yeah, we do a big celebration as well when you're admitted into court. So that's actually such a big thing here at Chapman Tripp. So yeah, we very much look forward to that. And yeah, and then start, doing some real work for us as a lawyer. So you're working on real matters, getting involved in lots of different client activities. So that's something, that our law clerks really, really appreciate. And yeah, we love, seeing our law clerks grow and develop their careers here at Chapman Tripp. All right, so yeah, as I mentioned, I was hoping to have Eri Jeremy on here as well, but he's been called into a important meeting. So once again, working on some really cool matters and working with some cool clients. But yeah, I know he shared quite a few stories earlier on in the panel session. But I'll talk you through some of the benefits of our clerkship. So yeah, I've mentioned the learning and development side. So the induction program that we have, the rotations that we do, and also reviews too. So at the end of each rotation, we do a review with you and your supervising partner and buddy to see how you're getting on, and provide you some real-time feedback as well, so you know exactly how you're tracking and yeah, how well you're doing. The support networks is something that we really, really, encourage and believe in here. Even our, long time, even our long time lawyers, they still have buddies and coaches too. So it's not just something for our law clerks. That support network is something that, we encourage no matter what stage you're at in your law career. And yeah, we focus on employee well-being quite a lot here. For those that have had some exposure to working in the law industry, it can be quite demanding. So we really focus on that well-being here, making sure that you look after yourself, have a really good work-life balance. That's really important to us, so that you're able to bring your whole selves to work. And that also helps with diversity as well. So yeah, we allow people that time to be themselves and to focus on things that they enjoy, and yeah, really value that diversity. So some of the things that we do, we send out regular surveys to our staff to see if there's anything they'd like to see across the business in terms of health and wellbeing initiatives. One really cool benefit is all of our new joiners, permanent staff, they get a $500 wellbeing card. So you can, it's pretty much like a credit card, and you can use that to spend on your wellbeing. It can be from, using that to go towards a gym membership. It could be, buying new clothes just to go work out. It could be getting massages, anything that will help with your health and wellbeing, which I think is really cool. And that gets topped up every year as well. So it's not just a one-time thing. And our, clerks get that too when they join us, during the summer and winter and that type of thing. So next up, I've already talked about the real work that you do. So you get to work on real matters, really interesting work, and that's a really good way to, build on your career and expand your knowledge there. Working within teams and along different partners. So working in a large company and a large commercial law firm as well, you know, you're not often just working with one particular team. Often teams work together because there's so many different aspects involved when it comes to commercial law, and you know, the different people and expertise that's required when it comes to you know, working on a particular matter. So yeah, I think we're really proud of the teamwork that we have here at Chapman Tripp. Yeah, that works really well across our offices, and actually in Wellington. So in Wellington, the staff are spread across 2 different floors at the moment, but they'll be moving into a new building soon. So most of the staff will be across 1 floor, which will be pretty cool. So yeah, that teamwork and collaboration would just get even better. And yeah, friends and connections is the last one there. So as I've talked about, you get to build lifelong relationships with different people across the business, meet people from different universities, and there's lots of networking opportunities as well working here at Chapman Tripp. So what are we looking for? So yeah, one thing that's really important to us, as I've said plenty of times, is just to be you. So yeah, authenticity is really key, you know, here at Chapman Tripp. So we're not looking for a cookie cutter person to work here. People that work at Chapman Tripp come from various walks of life, and that diversity is really great because it means different ways of thinking and different ways of working and different experience, and all of that, all of us working together in that sense just, you know, creates a really good culture here, and yeah, just helps us to be able to provide the excellent service that we're really well known for with our clients. And so for those, yeah, that might be looking to apply next year for our clerkship, so as you know, some people might think that, you know, law firms just look at grades. That's completely false. Well, I can only speak from Chapman Tripp, but yeah, grades are not the be all and end all. You know, grades can only take you so far, but if you've got, you know, that passion and that really good work ethic, you know, if you're a self-starter and you're dedicated to working in not only law, but in commercial law, then that will really shine as well. So yeah, so that's, you know, one thing. So just don't be hesitant to apply here with us at Chapman Tripp. You know, we're very open to you know, getting to know and hearing from people with all from all walks of life. All right, so yeah, that brings me to the end of my presentation. So thank you so much for your time this afternoon, and hopefully I have allowed some time for some questions. Let me just see if anyone has any questions at all. Yeah, I don't think I can see any. Yeah, I think that might be it then. Is that right?
No worries. Well, I might jump back in.
Yeah.
In that case, Chriselle, well,
Cool.
thanks so much for your time today. I mean, twice in a row as well, between the panel and then again with your fantastic presentation then as well. So thanks for staying on for a little while, for all the time today. And I guess we'll move on to the next one then as well.
Fantastic. Thanks everyone, and thank you, Sam, and all the best there.
Thank you.
Thank you.